Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to do segment 3 of Homeless and Hungry. And if you talk to a lot of Jacksonville residents, they will express that downtown Jacksonville has a larger population of homeless and hungry Jacksonville residents than any place else. That is true because a lot of the missions are downtown and the shelters are downtown. So the reduction of homeless in Jacksonville started to increase immensely, and there were more shelters, more capabilities to get the homeless paired up with a place to live, a job, get them gainfully active in the community and active in renewing their lives. What happened to a lot of this was COVID-19 hit, which cut the capacity for our homeless to be able to go for these shelters that they were used to utilizing to get themselves back on their feet. So it cut them in half, and now they had to find other resources. Well, what Jacksonville did is tap into the resources, and they actually started putting some of them up in hotels as the funds were available. They have approximately 7 to 8 pages on the internet of shelters, missions, and organizations that assist, to include veterans. Unfortunately, yes, there are more homeless than there are funds to actually take care of these people in need. But it's getting better. It's getting much better because there is so little substantial homeless resources in the Northeast Florida, Southeast Georgia, outside of Jacksonville. People struggling elsewhere are often funneled to Jacksonville, specifically downtown, for assistance. So we're not just encompassing one area, we're actually doing part of Georgia. So part of Georgia funnels to us. For some residents, it doesn't matter why the homeless people are gathered downtown. They just want it to stop. But it's not that simple. The societal issues that contribute to the people becoming homeless to begin with, such as classism, addiction, mental health, are the same ones that cause society to turn their backs on helping. So I'll read you part of this article because this is what they're facing. Some people don't understand why they're homeless, and some people don't care. A lot of people do, though. And that's what's making the huge difference here in Jacksonville. There are many opportunities for free meals, clothing, hygiene, items, etc. at the existing established resources around the urban core of Jacksonville. Planning your own pop-up event for this purpose only subtracts resources from the most effective organizations and deters homeless from engaging with those organizations who also have other valuable services too. So what this article is telling you is basically, don't just go out there and decide, okay, I'm going to save the world. Well, if you tap into the resources that are already pre-existing, that is the best way to help, because then they can actually attribute more funding to actually help more people. So kind of sounds contradictory, but it's not. See if I can find these numbers for you. They reduced the homeless population in 2017 from over 3,000 to about 1,015. They cut it in half. 1,500. So that's a extreme difference in what we're seeing. Let me read you some of these resources here. There's Trinity Rescue Mission, Salzbacher Center, which is a shelter, Mission House Incorporated, Jacksonville New Life Inn, Changing Homelessness. It's actually an entity that assists. Family Promise of Jacksonville, the Clara White Mission Incorporated. I've heard fabulous things about the Clara White Mission. Emergency Services and Homeless Coalition, City Rescue. I've actually donated to City Rescue, and we did for those of you who don't know, I'm a retired Navy chief. So we did a fundraiser for them and got blankets and things and took it, and soap and hygiene items, and took it to them. That's something that's really good. These are things that are needed. Homeless Homes Real Estate, Liberty Center, Florida Supportive Housing Coalition Incorporated, Community Connections, Ability Housing, Volunteers of America, the Salvation Army, St. Francis Soup Kitchen. That's a really good one. They really touch a lot of people's lives. Youth Crisis Center, Touchstone Village, New Dawn Outreach Center, Jasmine, Operation New Hope, Women's Center of Jacksonville, Catholic Charities Women's Center of Jacksonville Catholic Charities. Five Star Veteran Center, North Florida Women's Veteran Incorporated, Habitat for Humanity of Jacksonville. And so, and I read you those, and that's only one page. That's only one page of all the resources that we have here in Jacksonville. And I think if you look in your local areas, you will find that you also have an outreach that's exponential, but a lot of people don't look for it, so they don't know it exists. And it's just something that I'm very passionate about, is people not being hungry, people having a warm place in the wintertime to go to be able to get clean, to be able to feel when they lose the ability to take care of just as simple things like hygiene, they begin to degrade within themselves and say, I'm less than a person. And nobody needs to feel that. Everyone needs to feel like they have dignity. You lose your dignity, you lose your confidence. They lose their confidence, then they lose a lot of things just within themselves, and thus takes on some other things. So I just reach out to people and tell them, there's some simple things that you can do in your community. Maybe go and get, go to the dollar store and get the little roll-up blankets and get a few of those and take them to the mission. No donation is too little. So just simple things. Maybe you belong to a church that can actually reach out to a mission and assist. These are some really great ideas, and I really think that if we work together, maybe we can eventually someday end homelessness and hunger. There will be those few who just choose to not be a part of society, and that's okay. That's their choice. But I just believe that no, particularly children, should be hungry. I also know some parents that actually go to their school. They don't ask for the child's name, but what they do ask is, do you know a child who needs assistance with their lunches? And they take on a child's annual lunch. So, and that's another way you can help. Well, this is the end of my segment. You can reach me at Cat Bullock, CatBullock 007 at gmail.com. You are also able to reach me on Facebook You can reach me on YouTube, Google, and this is on the platform Spreaker. So if you feel generous, I'm not asking for donations, but I am asking that if you listen to my podcast, please go to Spreaker and hit like and follow. And that kind of gives me a little bit of, following so that I can keep doing this. So thank you so much for listening to my podcast, and I will see you tomorrow.